Verilişimiz devam edir. Bu dəfəki müsahibimiz Almaniyadan Urs Emil Unkauf'dur. O, Almaniya-Azərbaycan forumunun sədridir. Mr. Unkauf, first of all, thank you for taking time for us.
My pleasure.
And my first question is related to directly to this conference. Firstly, I would like to know that how do you estimate this conference and what's your expectation? That conference is very important.
So first of all, my sincere thanks to Chairman Aziz Al-Barov and the entire Western Azerbaijani community for bringing us here together. We have around 100 participants from around about 60 countries today gathered here in Baku, and this sets an important sign that the issue of Western Azerbaijanis that have been displaced from their historical homeland in nowadays Armenia have a very strong international support in claiming their rights to return and claiming their rights to preserve their material and immaterial cultural heritage. It is also worth notably saying that this international support, from my perspective as the chairman of the German Azerbaijani Forum, results in a clear understanding of the necessity to perform international humanitarian law according to globally accepted obligations, to advocate the rule of international law, and that we also can see that there is a certain dynamic in the South Caucasus, whereas the Western Azerbaijani community will make a sincere impact in strengthening stability and prosperity in the region through claiming their legitimate rights.
Thank you so much. I should a little bit translate, sure. Then we will continue our speech. Deməli, cənab Unkauf'un ilk olaraq o konfransa Azərbaycan tərəfindən dəvət olunduğu üçün təşəkkür edir və deyir, dünyanın 60-dan çox ölkəsi buradadır və onlar Qərbi Azərbaycanlıların perspektivdə duran məsələlərini müzakirə edirlər və bu prosesi o ümumiyyətlə müsbət qiymətləndirir. Do you support the Western Azerbaijanis, that initiative for returning to their land?
I support this initiative both individually and in my institutional capacity of the German Azerbaijani Forum. We also think that there should be more awareness on the subject both in international and in German media. So today I had a meeting with Chairman Al-Barov and I offered our support in constantly raising that issue and organizing similar formats, similar roundtables, expert exchanges also in Germany.
Demək, cənab Unkauf, Qərbi Azərbaycanlıların bu təşəbbüsünü, onların öz torpaqlarına, dədə-baba yurtlarına dönmə təşəbbüsünü dəstəkləyir və qeyd edir ki, hər zaman onların yanındadır. I want to mention one detail. The president of Azerbaijan, İlham Əliyev, mentioned that Armenia, our president İlham Əliyev told that Armenia has destroyed time the cultural heritage of Azerbaijani, who lived in Western Azerbaijan. What do you think? Why Armenia has destroyed Azerbaijani heritage?
It is, I think, a quite unknown fact that still Armenians are living in Azerbaijan, but no Azerbaijanis are living in Armenia nowadays. So Armenia is a practically mono-ethnic country, whereas Azerbaijan has always been a multicultural country, and maybe there is a lack of this understanding of multiculturalism, both historically and as a reality in the society. And I think also international support for the Western Azerbaijani community can raise the issue that only if there are historical and legal rights respected, if these claims are fulfilled, only then we can have a lasting peace and stability between Armenia and Azerbaijan and in the South Caucasus as a whole.
Cənab deməli Unkauf bildirir ki, Azərbaycan prezidentinin çıxışına da münasibət bildirir və o çıxışda hansı ki prezident bildirib ki, Ermənistan zaman-zaman Azərbaycanın irsini, mədəni irsini dağıdır və o da bildirir ki, bütün hallarda görünür ki, Ermənistan mono bir dövlətdir və həmişə də belə olmaq istəyib və bu insanların irsini, kökünü yox etməklə onların burada heç bir zaman yaşadmadıqlarını istəyib. Amma əslində tarix göstərir ki, bu heç də belə olmayacaqdır. And my question again is related to the conference. Do you have speech? Do you have what will about?
I will speak on the fourth panel about mobilizing global support, and I will especially stress the role of international organizations such as the Organization for Islamic Cooperation and others for putting an eye on what has happened to the Western Azerbaijani community. And I think this is important to see it not only in the context of a bilateral issue between Armenia and Azerbaijan, but also in its regional and global context.
Okay, your speech will be global support. How do you see, how do you estimate global support to this process? And can you say that we can see double standard in this process?
Əziz qonaqlar, zəhmət olmasa ailə fotosunun çəkilməsi üçün lobiyə yaxınlaşın.
Could you repeat the last question, please?
You mentioned that you will speak about global support, yes? And I would like to know that how do you estimate global support to Western Azerbaijani, that's this problem?
There have been several motions of both the United Nations subcommittees and other international organizations, but I think there is potential to increase the attention this issue is receiving, and conferences such as the one held today can make a significant contribution to that.
And do you see, what do you estimate Azerbaijan will achieve its goal?
Azerbaijan has already successfully achieved several goals, for instance, restoring its territorial integrity and full sovereignty in accordance with international law. And it was the first country in the post-Soviet space, if you want to put that as a reference frame, that has successfully solved the conflict. So I'm very optimistic that Azerbaijan will also overcome this issue and help its people to return to its historical homeland.
Demək, cənab UNKAU öz çıxış edəcəkdir və onun çıxışı qlobal dəstəklə bağlı olacaq və o bildirir ki, Azərbaycan bugün qlobal dəstəyə ehtiyacı var və mən ona sual verdim ki, qlobal dəstək nə dərəcədə obyektivdir bugün? O qlobal dəstək deyəndə beynəlxalq birliyi tənqid etdi və bildirdi ki, Azərbaycan öz məqsədinə nail olub. Biz bunu Qarabağ məsələsində gördük və zaman göstərir ki, Azərbaycan öz məqsədinə, Qərbi Azərbaycanlıların öz yurduna dönmək məsələsində də nail olacaqdır. Thank you so much. Maybe you want to add something?
Well, I would like to thank the organizers and our hosts today once again for bringing such a distinguished audience from all over the world together here in Baku, and to reaffirm our support as the German Azerbaijani Forum for the Western Azerbaijani community. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Xatırladım ki, qonağımız Almaniya Azərbaycan Forumunun sədri Urs Emil Unkauf idi. Sağ olun.